first of all, I'm doing things that they refuse to do. One, I have found out that most of them didn't have the courage to annoy people, to step on toes. I have a lot of interest. I take joy when I step on the toes of big men. Those who say that nothing will happen, I take joy. I say something will... Because they know they have been exposed. Kind of blackmail. Oh, the minister is too hard. Minister is not this. These are the same people who complained that when the former government was there in the 80s, that they never knew if there was any minister. Now the same people now, I say, oh, he's too hard, he's this. The same people want you to give them, I hear you did this social place, I'm living social place, can you help me to let that be road? With which money? In 2023, did I not tell you I will not support their presidential candidate? Didn't I say so? I said on principle of equity and justice and fairness, the presidency should go to the south. If it does not go to the south, you cannot have national chairman at the same time. You therefore take one and give us one. Impurity. Because they were having a romance with the present government then, believing that Atiku will win. They said to hell.
They call him many things: the bulldozer, the strongman, political enigma. But since taking office as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, one question has consumed Nigeria's political class. Is Nyesom Wike the most powerful minister in Nigeria today? He doesn't hold a national security portfolio. He is not the Minister of Petroleum. He is not even a member of the ruling APC. But in less than 2 years, Nyesom Wike has turned the FCT ministry, traditionally ceremonial, into a fortress of power, patronage, and presidential proximity. While other ministers struggle to get headlines, Wike is the headline. While some beg to meet with the president, Wike takes photos with Tinubu weekly. He awards contract worth billions, hosts international envoys, and chairs high-level federal meetings like a co-president. So, how did a man rejected by his party, humiliated in the PDP primaries, bounce back to become one of the most feared figures in Tinubu's cabinet? Let's delve into the story of Nyesom Wike's political resurrection, raw ambition, and the growing fear that Nigerian's capital may now be controlled by a parallel power center ruled by Nyesom Wike. In 2022, Nyesom Wike was a man on fire. He believed the PDP presidential ticket was his. He had the money, he had the media, he had the machinery, but Atiku Abubakar had the delegates, and when the final votes were counted, Wike lost. Publicly, he laughed it off. Privately, he raged. He felt betrayed, not just by Atiku, but by the party he did bankrolled for years. Wike had spent his tenure as Rivers governor propping up the PDP, funding campaigns, and building alliances. But when it mattered, the party chose another. Wike saw revenge, and he got it, not by destroying the PDP alone, but by playing kingmaker in the 2023 general election. He secretly backed Bola Tinubu in that election, a man he once criticized publicly. His support in Rivers and his sabotage of PDP operations across the south helped us swing members. Tinubu didn't forget. Within weeks of taking office, the president rewarded Nyesom Wike with a plump seat, Minister of the FCT. It was a shock. An opposition figure, a PDP heavyweight, was now sitting inside the president's cabinet. But that was just the beginning. Wike didn't come to Abuja to decorate offices. He came to rule. Wike's alliance with Tinubu is one of the strangest in modern Nigerian politics. Two men, once enemies, now bound by a path of survival and power. Tinubu needed votes. Wike needed protection. The 2023 election gave them both a reason to cooperate. But now, the alliance is evolving into something deeper, a political marriage where each man props up the other. For Tinubu, Wike is the muscle, a street-smart political brewer who can get things done. For Wike, Tinubu is the shield, a powerful president who gives him the federal cover. But many in the APC are furious. Wike is not a card-carrying APC member. He didn't campaign for Tinubu publicly. Yet, today, he wields more influence than most APC ministers and governors. He controls massive budgets. He dines with the president. He appoints loyalists across Abuja. Behind closed doors, APC insiders whisper that Wike is building a second power base inside Tinubu's government. Maybe they are right, maybe they are wrong. We wait to find out in this video. When Wike took over the FCT ministry, many expected a quiet stint. They were wrong. In just months, Wike has rebranded himself as de facto governor of Abuja, demolishing buildings, revoking land titles and awarding mega contracts like an emperor. He brought his Rivers playbook to the capital. Brash, bold and brutal.
Nobody pays up to 400,000 naira as grant rate a year. And then you come and tell me we did not remind you. You have seen your houseboys whose duty is to come and remind you that you're a debtor. Whose duty to tell you that, look, as a tenant, your house rent has expired. I mean, look at the kind of excuses. And I laugh. Some people will even say play politics and say, oh, you know, we're the ruling party. It will affect us. Affect you how? Are we taxing based on APC? Are we taxing you based on PDP? So how's it going to affect you? But because they know they have been exposed, all kinds of maneuvering, all kinds of blackmail. Oh, the minister is too hard, minister is not this. These are the same people who complained that when the former government was there in the 80s, that they never knew if there was any minister. Now the same people now, I say, oh, he's too hard, he's this. The same people want you to give them, I hear you did this social place, I'm living social place, can you help me to let that be road? With which money?
Yeah, but two wrongs don't make a right. So
no, how? I'm doing the right thing.
It's the process of recovery.
Yes.
Or your administrative processes.
Yes.
Either collect the ground rent or revocation. The argument largely that I've heard is that you don't follow due process.
What is due process?
You require a court order.
No, it's not correct. I don't require a court order. It's not correct. First of all, we're giving you notice. Okay. Remember, in March, we published. In March, you will publish about these people who are owing. In March, April, May, June.
He controls billions in the FCT allocations. He calls emergency meetings with service chiefs. He's been seen inspecting projects with military escorts. No FCT minister in history has wielded this much raw, unchecked authority. Even Abuja residents now refer to him as Governor Wike. Under his watch, major road projects have been flagged off with flashy ceremonies. Properties linked to political enemies have been targeted for demolition. The one that Wike calls doing the right thing. And he also said he likes stepping on toes of prominent Nigerians.
First of all, I'm doing things that they refuse to do. One, I have found out that most of them didn't have the courage to annoy people, to step on toes. I have a lot of interest. I take joy when I step on the toes of big men. Those who say that nothing will happen, I take joy. I said something will, it will happen. It makes me happy. All you want is to take decision against the poor people. But you, the rich man, nothing will happen. Something will happen. And that's why we're getting results. And that's why if you don't do the right thing, too bad. Too bad. I don't care. The only person I owe that is to say, look, Mr. President, this is what I'm doing. I'm not doing it because I'm for social place. I'm not doing it because I'm for social religion. I'm doing it that I have to support the government.
Media coverage of his activities has dwarfed every other minister combined. To many Nigerians, Wike is not just running the capital, he is running the show. And the big question is Tinubu truly in control, or has he created a Frankenstein? But Wike's rise hasn't come without enemies. Inside the PDP, he is now seen as a traitor, the man who sold out the party to join its enemies. Within Tinubu's APC, he is viewed as a parasite, using the president's goodwill to build his own empire. And in Rivers State, his old kingdom is now a war zone. Same Fubara, Wike's handpicked successor, has rebelled. The godson has turned on his godfather. What began as a quiet disagreement has exploded into political insurgency. Fubara has refused to take instruction. He purged Wike's loyalists. He aligned himself with a different circle in Rivers State. And the message is clear. Wike may control Abuja, or he has lost Port Harcourt on paper, but practically he is still definitely in control of Rivers politics. This war is more than personal. It was symbolic.
Not the president who declared state of emergency.
Yeah, because it's your state. Do you think that?
No. If Mr. President had called me that time, I wouldn't have agreed for state of emergency. So he knows. He knows when to lift. He has everything on his table. I don't know.
For politically, is it right?
I have never supported. So the issue of because it's right or not, it does not arise. What I said was that his declaration of emergency was to save the governor, because the governor was almost impeached. That was not our own hope. We wanted actually people. I said so severally, but the president is wisdom, and that's why I said the governor said it, that his people should not be talking too much. That the president saved him. I did not say it. He said it. Now the point I'm making, when you say crisis, I have told you severally, I don't have crisis. Rather, the governor, unknown to me, gave himself to be the tool for those who couldn't fight me to fight me. You see, when people talk about resolution, sometimes when I go back, in my quiet moments, I play the video of the speeches of the governor. What he said, what he did to me, I will. Was it necessary? This was somebody who brought you, gave you food, gave you everything, did this for you. Then you became a tool for his enemies to fight you. We're all human. When people say there should be peace, nobody said there should be no peace. How do you feel? How do you feel? Take for example, how do you feel? You know what you passed through by sending your son to school. You know what you passed through to make it be a human being. All of a sudden, in the night, your son came with 2 people with gun to shoot you. Just tell me, is this something that will just go away like that from your mind? Somehow, God helped you. He didn't die. Now people come, carry your son, come and beg you, you know, is your son. I agree. But is it? It's not correct. There's never been a time. What is the remorse? Has it met with anybody? You see, I have told people, this politics of television, the politics, I feel so bad. Each time I read these things, I feel so bad. Because, yes, once Governor Dapo Biodu, Governor Feboyi, and one of the leaders from the Southwest, he came to my house, brought him. Brought him. I said, listen, he's ready to make peace, this and that. I said, I don't have problem. If you want to make this, he has the yam, he has the nuts. He said he was traveling, he traveled. I have not seen him since that day. So when people talk about it, I don't laugh. I think it is not to go on television to say, I don't know. Okay, will he make peace without the assembly members? Will he make peace will tell the leaders of the party. Would it make peace? You see, I try to be honest to people.
Wike, once untouchable, is now fighting on multiple fronts, trying to hold Abuja while his old empire burns. His influence in the PDP is dropping by the day. The G5 governors are splitted. Sheyi Makinde is now pursuing a different agenda entirely against the agenda of the G5. His relationship with APC leaders is toxic. His future is uncertain, or the path is getting more clearer for Nyesom Wike. Wike is a political force, but every force meets resistance. His aggressive style is alienating key players. His demolition campaigns are sparking lawsuits. His refusal to pick a side, PDP or APC, is exhausting boot camps. There are whispers that Tinubu may cut him loose before 2027. Clearly, that is not looking likely, based on their relationship and the work that Nyesom Wike is doing. Many in the APC says that Nyesom Wike is too noisy, too ambitious, too dangerous, that keeping him close may one day backfire. Wike's problem is simple. He wants to be king, not a servant, and Nigeria already has a president. The question is, how long before that becomes a problem? Is Wike the most powerful minister in Nigeria today in raw visibility, access and swagger? Absolutely, he is. But power is not just about headlines. It is about alliances. It is about sustainability. It is about knowing when to fight and when to disappear. Wike is fighting too many battles, making too many enemies, shouting too loudly in too many rooms. Yes, he is powerful. He is also isolated. Yes, he is feared. But fear doesn't last forever. As 2027 approaches, the real test will be whether Wike can transform his current clout into lasting relevance, or if he will be remembered as a political storm that passed through Abuja and left only noise behind. One thing is certain: in a country of silent ministers and cautious politicians, Wike stands alone, loud, daring, and dangerous. And perhaps, just perhaps, that's exactly why he may not last too long on stage. What do you think? Is Wike the most powerful minister in Nigeria today, or is he just being the loudest? Drop your thoughts in the comment, like, share and subscribe for more no-holds-barrier political documentaries only on Frank Specs. For more explosive analysis loading soon on this channel, do hit the notification bell so you can stay tuned on this channel. Thank you so much for watching.